Hazel, thank you very much for being with us. You were here at the summit today with us, and we'd like to know, what did you think of it?
I thought it was amazing. I think there's a really great entrepreneurial vibe in Berlin. I thought there was some interesting businesses in the room, and the speakers really spoke to everything that we needed to know about building a business in the Middle East, in Europe, in Africa. So it was a really exciting day.
And was there any kind of one takeaway that you feel, this was a bit of an aha moment for me, or something like that?
Sure, I've got about 18 pages of notes because I'm still a traditional person with pen and paper. But I think one of the things I took away from this morning from Alexander's presentation is, even though I've spent a lot of time building a great culture, I probably couldn't write it down in a way that would really clarify it. So one of my first steps is to go away and do that exercise with my team and actually try and define exactly what makes a great culture.
Wow, cool. Well, I'm really impressed because I know you read a lot and you know a lot of these things already from before, so that you found this, that says something. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thanks for organizing everything.
Our pleasure. Thomas, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. You spent the day here at the summit today. What did you think of it?
I think it was a great summit. It blew my mind. The speakers were super great, and all the insights I took from today, it's awesome. I was expecting less, to be honest. And then I told before, when I came in and I sat down, after 20 minutes, made click, and that's it. I mean, I took away so many nice things I can implement in my company now.
Could you mention maybe one of them?
Especially Scrum. So the Sutherland, when he told a bit about the background of Scrum and the more, not the technicalities that you can read in any book, but more of how the idea of Scrum is and what's the intention behind it. It makes the picture so much rounder in the whole view, how you view Scrum, how you apply Scrum. That's, wow, changed my mind. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us, and I hope to see you again next year.
Thank you.
Bye. Simon, thank you very much for your time. So you spent the day here with us, and I'd like to know, what did you think of it?
I think it was a very inspiring day. I knew some of the speakers, but it's always great to see them again in person. I love Vern Harnish. I read his book, and I think it's one of the most amazing business books I know. So it was great hearing him summing everything up.
All right. And was there any kind of one takeaway that you had, that you said, okay, this is something I'm going to do now?
Well, I mean, I'm in between companies right now, so I don't have a company myself. I took a lot of inspiration in the terms of really now setting out to develop a company that follows all these ideas that Vern puts out, and Jeff and Alex, and to not compromise on any of these ideas. So I was inspired of implementing all these ideas in my next venture.
Well, I wish you all the very best with your next venture, and we hope to see you next year.
Definitely.
Thank you very much. Hi, Georg. Thank you for taking the time to do this.
You're welcome.
You spent the day with us today,
Yes.
and I'd really like to know, what did you think of it?
I think it was a great day, and always great to learn and to get new inputs and to force your brain to think more and to learn.
Cool. And was there any kind of one takeaway for you that you think, that's something I'm going to do?
One takeaway is probably to think about what are the 25 people you want to get connected. You want to help you to take you grab your arm around you and push your business. I think that's a great idea from Vern.
Cool. I hope I'm on that list. No, just kidding. Thank you very much for taking the time to do that. Hey, Olaf. So you spent the day with us, and I'd really like to know, what did you think of it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the time here, being here in Berlin, and we had some great speakers, which really inspired me. One, for example, was hearing that the sales cycle or sales buying market is really changing into a buyer market, and that's something I recognize for the past few years, and it's really important to refocus and change your selling, actually.
So was there any one thing that you said, okay, this is something I'm really going to go back and put in place?
Yeah, I think the mode and the thinking of that the selling market is changing the buying market. That's something I really is very important, and that's what I teach and taught to my startups that I support. That that the markets are really changing here. Yeah. So this way of thinking is, I think, very important and critical in the future.
Thank you very much, Olaf. Marcel, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. You spent the day today here at the summit. I'd like to know, what did you think of it?
It was a really, truly incredible experience. It was drinking knowledge through the fire hose. The lineup of speakers, I mean, where do you find these in Germany? Nowhere. So I was extremely happy to see who is coming, and so I really enjoyed every moment of it.
And was there any kind of one takeaway that you said, yeah, that's something I'm going to do once I get back?
There's a million takeaways. There is probably two which I'm most highly going to implement in the company. Number one, please, let's talk to our customers. We have a database of people that bought our products already. Let's talk to them. And number two, get the whole team lined up about what direction are we going, get everybody empowered and making certain they know where we're going, and everybody is a vital role of all of that. So these are the two things I'm going to implement.
All right. Well, thank you very much for this.
That's all?
And hope to see you next year.
Thank you. Me too.
Bye. Hi. You spent the day with us today here at the summit, and we're really curious to know, what did you think of it?
So I didn't come with a lot of expectations because a lot of the different aspects I read before, but I was really surprised because it really gave me a lot of insight what we could possibly change in our organization to actually get from just what we read in books. We learned today reading books is really important, but I think to actually get it down into the organization and do something and not just read it and think, yeah, that would be a great idea, but we never really get it to the ground. And I think we will take a lot away today to say, okay, now it's time to implement a few things to change our organization. And I didn't expect to actually do this after this meeting. I think Vern was really good, so I really liked his speech. So I think it's been a great day for me.
So is there any one thing that you think, okay, when I get back there, Monday morning, this is what I'm going to be doing?
I don't know if it's Monday morning, and maybe it's the one quote was for me really essential, that we have, and this is maybe not political correct, but to get rid of God was for me perfect, because we really don't need gods anymore in our organizations, and to focus the team and self-organizing. This is something I will probably implement straight away in some of the minds of people who still think they are gods.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to do this.
Thank you.
Bye. I'd like to know what you thought of the event today.
I think it was really nice and really informative. So really enjoyed it.
All right. And was there any kind of takeaway for you?
Basically, so what I liked, or the main takeaway was about the personas thing, because I was never convinced by the traditional approach of personas, and I was very happy to hear that someone has a new approach to that, and I'm more like this kind of approach. So this was really an eye-opener, because now I also like this persona thing more than before.
All right, cool. Well, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for making time for this, and we'd really like to know, what did you think of the event today?
Okay, I had a lot of inspiring moments, because there are a lot of very valuable methods to develop people in their skills, to develop organizations. So I got a lot of, let's say, more detailed hints, whether it was this business model canvas or whatever it was. Yeah. But to be honest, in all the time I thought, how can we translate and bring this to the German Mittelstand, to the mid-sized companies, small and mid-sized. So what you call obviously ScaleUP Wachstumsunternehmen, yeah? Because the style, how they love to extract information or to take information is very, very different. For example, if you have somebody like the last speaker, for me, it was okay, good, yeah, I learned something. But if you do this kind of presentation to a German Mittelstand, there is Jesus, and we do this, and we do this, and we do this, they won't take it. They won't take it. Yeah, it's a culture thing. Yeah, so
they don't connect with him as much.
Yeah. So being here in this role, I'm representing
which is
it's IBWF. Yeah. It's an association with roughly 1,000 members, tax advisors, law consultants, and business consultants. Yeah, 1/3 each, roughly. So we are German largest association for interdisciplinary consultancy. Okay. So naturally, I thought on our members all the time and their customers. Again, Mittelstand. How can we transform somehow the valuable things I heard today in a way that it is accepted by our members? Yeah. To be honest, I don't have a perfect solution now, but I will meet up with Nikolai Ledani, yeah, and then we check it out.
Very good. Well, we're looking forward to your insights. Thank you very much for your time.
It's a pleasure.
Grüß Gott, Herr Rath. Ich freue mich sehr, dass Sie heute hier waren.
Ja, vielen Dank, Herr Ladani.
Uns würde es sehr interessieren, wie fanden Sie den heutigen Event?
Ich fand es großartig, vor allen Dingen, weil heute wirklich hervorragende Redner da waren. Von allen Rednern konnte man etwas mitnehmen, wobei ich natürlich sagen muss, den letzten Vortrag von Björn Harnisch, den fand ich gigantisch.
Freut uns sehr zu hören. Was ist denn das Kernelement, was Sie heute mit nach Hause nehmen, wo Sie sagen, hey, das werde ich auch mit in eine Firma reinnehmen?
Ja, die Idee, dass es auf uns ankommt.
Ja.
Dass wir wirklich die Dinge steuern müssen und dass wir unseren Teams die Möglichkeit geben müssen, zu entfalten.
Ja.
Und was mir dabei rübergekommen ist, ganz, ganz einfach. Wir können es nicht alles alleine machen. Wir brauchen professionelle Coaches.
Das höre ich sehr gerne und ich danke Ihnen sehr für diese Blumen. Danke.
Ja, herzlichen Glückwunsch zu dieser erfolgreichen Veranstaltung.
Super, danke.
Hi. So you were here at the summit today, and how was it?
It was great. It was very inspiring, fully packed of great impulses from world-class speakers. And everything has to settle down now in my head. But I liked it a lot, and I got a lot of concrete ideas I can, take home in my everyday life.
Is there any one that you could mention that you think, yeah, that is something that I really want to go back and implement soon, like tomorrow or this week?
For me personally, or for our organization, I think corporate culture is a big topic we have to work on to really make sure that we have a great working environment for our people, that they like to come, that they stay with the company, and that they just love what they're doing. I think they like it, but they should love it, and that's something we have to work on. I have to work on.
Cool. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Bye. Wie war es für dich heute?
Für mich war es sehr abwechslungsreich, eine sehr gute Zusammenstellung der Speaker, auch so von dem Inhalt, glaube ich, sehr gut angerissen, die Themen. Und gerade jetzt, zum Beispiel der letzte Vortrag war natürlich super, irgendwie mit sehr vielen Empfehlungen, sehr viel auch weiterführenden Empfehlungen, dass man sich selbst irgendwie nochmal zum Beispiel die ganze Literatur dazu ansehen kann. Und von daher werden wir jetzt, glaube ich, genug zu tun haben, so ein paar Empfehlungen auch auszuprobieren und uns da auf dem Gebiet ein bisschen weiter zu bilden.
So, gibt es so eine Big Takeaway für dich von heute?
Ja, ich glaube, es ist eine Kombination aus allem. Wie gesagt, hat ganz gut gepasst. Ich glaube, so ein paar Ansätze, gerade so aus dem Scrum-Vortrag, werden wir versuchen umzusetzen. Also zumindest so ein bisschen so adjustiert und vor allem auch kombiniert mit den anderen Vorträgen. Also gerade zu dem Buyer-Personas kann man ja ganz gut irgendwie kombinieren. Ja.
Cool, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. Great. So, hi, could you tell us what you felt about the event today?
I found it really inspiring. It was really a very good day. I read Scaling Up, and that's what brought me here to meet Björn Harnisch in person and all the other speakers as well. I really took a lot from this day.
So is there like one big takeaway that you think you're going to go back and implement that in your business, or just in your mind, is there any kind of special takeaway, like an aha moment?
There were a few. What I found really interesting was what Björn Harnisch said about the 25 inspiring persons you need to know and you need to talk about. That was one thing I really want to bring back to the company and have everyone written down who are the influencers that I found really interesting.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time to talk with us.